for anybody interested in my little setup. I said I'd go around it. So my tent's a Euro Hike Backpacker 2 DLX by the looks of it. The advantages of this is costs 50 quid. Seems quite sturdy for 50 quid. I do treat it with kid gloves, to be honest, when I'm putting it up and down. It's been up 3 times. This is its 3rd trip. So far so good. It's nice and light and compact. It is supposed to be a 2-man tent, but you're better off with a 1-man in there. You wouldn't want 2 in there really. It's going to be a bit snug. I like the fact that it's got a porch on the front as well for things like that. You can put things in there, do your little cooking in there. Easy enough to set up. There's only 2 poles, one at the front, one at the back. They're colour coded so you can't get them wrong. So it's pretty straightforward to set up. Once you set the outer skin up, there's an inner skin. Let me turn my kettle off for a minute. So you've got this inner skin there that just goes on with these like little toggles all the way around the front and the back. So the whole inner, the ground sheet is actually sewn in. There's also a mozzie net that goes all the way around. You can zip the front up. The guy ropes front and back, I haven't used them. I can't see the point because I'll use them and trip over them and rip a big hole in the tent. So it's sturdy enough without them. So I can't see much of the point. Pegs are pretty rubbish. They're these little ones. I mean, they do the job, but there's no reason why you couldn't upgrade them. The ground's a bit hard, you ain't going to get them in, that's the only trouble. What else can I say about it? Once you've got this inner skin in, like I have, then the whole thing will pack up with the inner skin in, so you don't need to take it out. You can do, but it's just more faffage. So I just basically leave the whole lot in, fold it up and put it back in the bag. Now this tent will actually fit in the bag that it came in once it's been out, which is always an advantage. Tents I've had in the past, I can never get them back in the bag they provide. But yeah, I suppose the disadvantage is that it is quite small. So, which is fine for sleeping in, to be honest with you. Once you're in there, it's fine. The only thing that I've noticed is when I've come to change, so like at the moment I've got my joggers on and I want to change into my biking gear, then all right, you can do it outside if there's not people around or you're not shy. But if you want to get changed in there, or if it's raining, like I took my kit off last night to get in bed because it was peeing it down with rain, and it's a bit, all right, I'm old and not very flexible, which doesn't help. But yeah, it's a bit restrictive, obviously, the size of it for getting changed in. But apart from that, it's a really good tent. My thinking when I was buying all this stuff was that I need to get everything on the bike. So all my camping stuff, so my bed, my sleeping bag, my tent, that little Oxford chair there, surprisingly comfortable and robust, that thing, all goes in the Oxford roll bag down there. Pillar, just a Vango blow up one as well, that just blows up obviously, with a bit of blowing in there. You don't need a pump or anything for that one. I'm trying to get the blimmin' thing, but now I've lost it. There you go. That just blows up. It folds down into about the size of a Coke can. The sleeping bag, it's one of these mummy ones. I think that's a Vango as well. Slightly restrictive. I could do with a bigger one. I mean, I've got a bigger fishing one at home, a Tracker Big Snooze it's called, which is great, but it's probably, if I was to put it in the top box, it would literally fill the top box. So again, I don't want to be taking too much stuff. I bring a couple of power packs. So this one's got a little solar panel on. This solar panel's pretty crap. I have got a separate solar panel that I use. I just like a little fold-up one, which is really good. I charged my Insta with it the other day at home just to see if it would charge it. Reasonably sunny conditions, left it out in the garden. It did take about 6 hours to charge the Insta camera from flat. It'd probably take less than 2 hours, probably, roughly, if I was to plug it into the mains. So yeah, not as quick obviously, but really handy bit of kit to have. especially if you're out and about and you know you need a bit of power for your phone or whatever. Other bits I have, kettle, one of them flat collapsible ones. The stove I've got is a little Vango one down there. I've had that years. I take it fishing. I tend to take a water bottle with some water in just in case, but I'm close to the tap, so I don't really need it today. Tea and coffee I tend to take in little vitamin pots. I've got coffee and coffee mate in there just to save me taking milk. I've got my little Euro height table that I bought. This just folds up flat. I've also got a little, that's the little pot, the cooking pot that folds flat as well, which I haven't used because Ollie's got all of his stuff. That's kind of the basics really. Right, this trip's game changer is definitely this sleep mat. So it's the Vango Selene Quick Air 7.5 Grande, and it is proper Grande, look. So that, you've got plenty of room for the height and you've got plenty of room for your elbows on the side, they don't fall off. And this being 10 centimetres thick as well, so when you're laying on it, you're not feeling the ground on any part of your back. So that, the only disadvantage is it's quite big. I'll show you it packed on the bike in a minute. But yeah, it does pack down quite big, but it's worth it because my sleep's been so much better than the little 3 centimetre one that I've been uncomfortable on. I have outlined, I've got 2 panniers, top pops. I've also got a small little tank bag here, which is great for like putting your phone in and wallet and so forth. And I can actually charge my GoPro batteries whilst they're in here by the auxiliary at the front. This is the size of the sleep mat once it's on the bike. So as I've already outlined, it's a lot bigger, but to be honest, it's 10 times better, and the sleep quality's been a lot better since I've had this one. If you look at the back of the bike, Ollie, come around to the back, you can see that the panniers are actually slightly wider than the sleep mat. That was going to be, I was thinking that might be a bit of an issue with the width of it, but as you can see, it's not a problem at all. It's reasonably light, so it goes bungeed on top of the Oxford dry bag, which has got all my tent stuff in it as well. The only issue I've found with that is that the bag that it comes in is not waterproof. So obviously if I'm riding a long way to a campsite and it's getting wet, then my bed's going to be wet when I get there. So I am going to try and find a suitable dry bag for this. Get busy on the old internet with that. I mean, it's a case of tweaking things. I've tweaked the bed, which is a massive game changer since the last sleep mat, as I've already outlined. And now the next time it's going to be the dry bag for this. Yeah, little tweaks as you go along, but that's what I found so far. So anyway, we're going to hit
And the waterproof bag.
And the what waterproof bag?
That it gets wet, and by the time you...
I've just said that.
you can...
I've got a midge on my ear now. Oh, sizzler! Oh, it's going, the butter's going. Oh, it's gone. The butter's... Look at that sizzler. Oh, is that my bit? That's my bit, isn't it? The big bit. Stephen, don't you dare nick my biscuits. Little shit. Oh yes, you can burn your feet, you dickhead. Is that hot?